everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial you'll be seeing how I made this gown from start to finish. Okay, so I started with joining the facing of the front part to the dress. You can remember, like I told you, it's actually only the front that have a facing. The part doesn't necessarily have need a facing, because I'm going to be joining a tie collar to the neck, so that would serve as the facing. Okay, so what I did right there is to use my pin secure the facing all around the neck of the front part, and then I went ahead to stitch. After I was done with stitching this, I also went ahead to notch all my stitches, and then I went ahead to top stitch. And you guys, after I was done with that, you can see on top the table what I am trying to do right there. I went ahead to top stitch, and after this top stitching, I'm going to use a hemming gum and then iron this flat to the body of the front part. You know how we normally use a hemming gum to iron our facing to our dress. That was exactly what I did, and I went ahead to use a serger to secure the rough edges. All right, so as you can see right now, I am trying to join the side seams. So I will do that for the left side of the seam, and after I was done with that, I went ahead to do the other part of the joining. So guys, if you are not able to relate to what I'm trying to explain, please, you should glue your eye to this screen, and that way there is no way you won't be able to understand all my explanation. Okay, so my illustration already explained a lot. And then after I was done with the stitching of the side seam, I went ahead to reshape my dress, because a chiffon can be very funny. You find out that most time after you finish working with chiffon, joining the shapes, you find out that some part of this dress might be going up and some parts going down as well. So after I was done with this, I went ahead to keep this aside, and then I made a gather stitch on my black polka dots material. So that is what you can see me doing right there. Okay, so remember I divided this into two, one for the front and one for the back. So after I was done with the one for the back, I went ahead to do the other one. Okay, so right now you can see me, I'm trying to gather it. Remember I used the longest stitch to do that, so you can do yours that way. So after I was done with that, I went ahead to measure the my round neck circumference, and then I tried to note the center by placing a notch right there. And then I remember I said that this the neck is going to be having a tie collar, so this is actually the tie collar. So I went ahead to cut out like a strap of fabric, and then I divided into two, placed a notch at the center, and then went ahead to measure out the inches I need to join to the neckline that I would be leaving open. Okay, I'm not going to stitch on that particular point. That is the 11 inches which I measured out. So I'm going to leaving the center of that 11 inches I notched. I'm going to sew from one end to the other side, and from the other notch to down to the other end. And after I was done, I went ahead to turn this outward. Okay, remember that I stitch using 0.25 inches. So I went ahead to flat iron this, so that to make the place I'm going to fix to the collar very prominent for me to see while I'm joining this. Okay, so after I was done with that, I went ahead to bring in my fabric. Okay, so right there on top the machine, I was trying to note the center. I would do that by marking out the center using my chalk, so that by the time I want to fix on my neckline, I won't find this difficult to locate. Now go ahead and bring in that your strap, place on top your dress. Okay, so what I did was to place the right side of the strap to the wrong side of my dress. Okay, and then I start fixing it. Okay, from that center I would go ahead to stitch from the other end of the neck, and then go ahead to also fix the other end. And after I was done with that, I went ahead to flip over, and then using a long or like a scissors, just make sure to push the seams inside, and then I top stitched. So with this, you are gonna be seeing our neck tie collar ready very soon. And this actually is the beauty of this dress. Okay, this tie collar is actually so beautiful, so you should consider creating this design for your client or for yourself. Now our tie collar is ready, and um we are going to be fixing our gathered fabric to our dress. So what I did was to open up my side seam a little, and then I fixed my gathered fabric from there. So once you are fixing these, make sure not to make one part of this fuller than the other parts. So that is what you can see me trying to do there. I made sure that I tried to make this equal on each part. Okay, because if you make this more gathered on one part, it's not gonna be fine, it's going to be looking funny. So try as much as you can to fix this properly well. All right, and then after I was done with the front part, I went ahead to do same thing to the back. You can see me adjusting the gathers. That is because I don't want one part being fuller than the other. So you guys you should consider taking this precaution while you join yours. Okay, so this is the front part. You can see how I'm taking this gradually, so you can consider doing yours that way. And after I was done with that, I went ahead to fix the back parts. All right, and that is what you can see me doing right there. Guys, you don't want to rush this, just take it easy, do this gradually. There is no need rushing this. It's better to do this slowly and get a beautiful result than rushing this, and at the end of the day you go ahead and lose everything you have suffered to achieve. So you can see how I'm trying to fix this gradually. I will do that in order not to make one part fuller than the other, like I always say. So after I'm done with that, I will go ahead and then turn this over to the wrong side, and then stitch the side seams together. And yeah guys, that is basically that for the bodice of this dress. Okay, so after I was done, I would go ahead and join the side seams together. and then we go over and fix our sleeve. And from the picture you can see right there, like the picture you saw on the onset, you can see that the sleeve has like an opening, okay, at the grain line. All right, so what I did was to join the side seam first, and after I did that, I went ahead to create like a slash from the crown of the sleeve down to the hem. So look properly well, and you can see me slashing this, and that is that for the sleeve. Now after I was done slashing, I went ahead to use my weaving machine to secure the rough edges, and then I went back to stitch from that crown down to the bicep. That is like 8 inches away from the crown of the sleeve. Now I did this for the two sleeves, and then I went down to use a hemming gum to secure the remaining parts. Now after I was done, I went ahead to hem. Okay, that is the down part you can see right there. I went ahead to hem it, and after I was done with that, I will go ahead and cut out a strip of fabric. That is what I'll be using as a loop for tying my sleeve to my arm. So you guys, I don't need to explain too much on this. Just look carefully and you would understand exactly what I am doing right here. All right, so this is actually very easy to achieve. Just you need to pay good attention to details. Now guys, this is the stripe of fabric, so I went ahead to sew this using 1/2 inch, and after I was done with that, I went ahead to turn it to the right side, and that is exactly what I'm going to be using as my loop. Now it's time to join my sleeve to the armhole. I will do that carefully, and after I was done with that, I would go ahead and then insert my loop to the channel that I created for it. All right, but now for now, watch carefully how I joined the sleeve. Please always when you're working with your chiffon fabric, please do make sure that you are careful with any of the steps you are taking. So I would fix the two sleeve the way you can see me doing right there, and then remember that the channel that I created is just 1/2 inch. So what I would be doing is to use a needle, then fix a thread, sewing thread on it, and then use it to pass through the channel. Okay, so guys, after I was done with that, that would bring us to the end of this tutorial. If you enjoy every bit of this tutorial, please do well by giving us a thumbs up, like, share, and leave a nice comment for me. If you haven't subscribed to this channel until this moment, please subscribe and then turn up on post notification to get notified once I upload a new video. All right, here it is. I am trying to insert the loop, and then after I was done doing that, that is that for this dress. Okay, this dress is so classy and beautiful. So you guys, I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.